Yo, welcome back. The Bulls lost yesterday, but we did 10 stars worth of having a code. So we're gonna dive right back in. Here we are. Days 1 through 5 knocked out. Let's dive into day 6. I've got the setup working. Hi, day 6. Cool. Everything's good there. So we are going to get started. Trash compactor. After helping the elves in the kitchen, you're taking a break and helping them reenact a movie scene when you over enthusiastically jumped into the garbage chute. That's awesome. All right. Brief fall later, you find yourself in a garbage smasher. Unfortunately, the door has been magnetically sealed. So you try to find a way out. You're approached by a family of cephalopods. They're pretty sure they can get the door open, but it'll take some time. While you wait, they're curious if you can help the youngest with her math homework. Cephalopod math doesn't look all that different from normal math. The math worksheet puzzle input consists of a list of problems. Each problem has a group of numbers that need to be either added or multiplied together. However, the problems are arranged a little strangely. They seem to be presented next to each other in a very long horizontal list. For example, each problem's numbers are arranged vertically. At the bottom of the problem is the symbol for the operation that needs to be performed. Problems are separated by a full column of only spaces. The left-right alignment of numbers within each problem can be ignored. So this worksheet contains 4 problems. So this is multiply all these together. Cool. This is add all these up. Check their work. Give them the grand total. Okay, and then we're going to sum all that stuff. Of course, the actual worksheet is much wider. You need to make sure to unroll it completely so you can read the problems clearly. I'm just going to take a peek at my puzzle input. Oh, it's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of numbers, man. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, let's dive in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this input and we're gonna see if we can get this output. So over here, paste that in. And we've got new lines to separate each line here. Dot lines, that'll give me a list of lines. And then for each one of these, I want to basically trim the white space before and after. And then I want to turn all of these into a list of characters. Maybe I can just do string.words. So this gives me a list of lists. I know list.extra has a function called transpose, which is supposed to flip like the column row order. So that's going to give me these things, I think, grouped in the way that I want. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 45, and 6. I think that's right. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 45, and 6. And then I guess I could reverse this to figure out what the operation is. So I'm going to do this. This is, I think I want to reverse the first list. 1, 2, 3, 45, and 6. So I think this is good. I think I just do multiplication on all of these things. So for each item to result, I guess, or to math result. Cool. So to math result, I'm going to take in a list of strings and I want to return maybe an integer. I'm going to use a filter map to filter out if any of these operators don't match what I expect. But I don't think we're going to run into that for at least this input. Okay, so now that everything's transposed, by the way, the transpose function is extra. Let me just go to the package docs. The transpose function is doing all the hard work here. So this just kind of turns a list like this so that it reads them vertically. So it's going to do 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6. And that's what we're seeing here. So hopefully that did like all of the work. Otherwise, we'd be doing a bunch of split by spaces and looping through things. I think all that's being handled for us here. Okay, so in the case that the list is the rest, I want to take the rest, list.filter map, string.toInt, list.product. I don't know if that's a thing. And then here, I'm going to do pipe that in adjust. So this is the rest of the strings. Do the same thing, but do list.sum. And if it's any other operation, we're just not going to do anything. Cool. 33210 490 424 401. I think those are all the numbers. So that's the first part of the puzzle. I'm gonna move this over here. And then last but not least, we're just gonna sum all that up. Then we get 427, 42, 2 7s, 2 5s, and a 6. 4 2, 2 7s, 2 5s, and a 6. Okay, well that wasn't too bad. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to format this, compile it, save it. Now that I've got this, I'm going to duplicate it. I always put the answers in the description, so you should be able to follow along or kind of run this code or play with it yourself. So I just want to keep that here so I don't mess with it for the video description. And let's try it with our input. See how it goes. Big old number. Not even going to read that one. Sick. Okay. Let's see what part 2 does to us. Part 1 was offensively simple, so we'll see. Cool. Big cephalopods come back and check on how things are going. When they see that your grand total doesn't match the one expected by the worksheet, they realize they forgot to explain how to read the math. Math is written right to left in columns. Right to left in columns. Each number is given in its own column. Oh, that's so cool. The rightmost problem is 431. Wait, what? Oh, whoa, this is 623, 431, and 4. Got it. So we're just going to transpose again. So this is 32 times 581 times 175. That's cool. So each of these digits, we're also going to transpose. All right, I'm not too scared of that. Let's see if we can back up a little bit and get the numbers in the format that we expect. So here, what we want to do is kind of, yeah, we kind of want to take this string out of it and transpose it. So I'm gonna just make a function that list.map goes through each of these and it transposes it. So this is the 645, whatever. This is 124, 356. So I think this is good. Transpose numbers. So yeah, so we're gonna start with taking a list of strings. And I'm just going to return a list of, we could do this all in line. I'm just a little worried about it. Maybe I can just do this one step at a time. So to math result, what I want to do for now, I think, is just comment this out and do the transpose here. So we're going to start with this, and then for everything else, I'm just going to return an empty list. So that should get the compiler happy. Oops. Sorry. Started a comment and I didn't end it. Okay, so we're just gonna focus on the first one. So here, 645, 123. I don't think I want to go to int yet. So here I have 645, 123. What I want to do is reverse this. And then for each member, I want to turn it to a list of characters. And then I want to transpose that. All right. Reverse, let me back up. And I'm just gonna kind of only grab the first one. List.head. Okay, so I took 1, 2, 3, 45, and 6. I split it. I'm calling transpose. And what's that giving me? 1, 4, and 6. That doesn't look right. Oh, I need a pad. I need a pad from the front. So I need to find out before I transpose. I need to kind of pad these with zeros. Let me see if there's a transpose right or a transpose something else. Cool. All right, so this is pretty straightforward what I need to do. I just need to make sure that if this is length 3, that all of these are length 3, and I kind of pad the left with zeros. So before I do this, I think this will be easiest to do while there's strings. So I'm just going to say max length equals list.max maximum. Take the strings, run them through string.length, get the maximum. And then with if there's nothing in the list, we're going to need a default. So maybe with default 0. Okay, so hopefully, if I debug log this, we're going to see 2 logs. We're going to see 3 and 3, but that's because we're hitting this third column here. We're hitting this column, and we're hitting this column. I'm holding Alt here in case you're wondering what that sorcery is. But that's good. So that is the max length. I'm going to annotate that. Int. Cool. So what I want to do is I want to do, for each string, so this is where we are now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 45, and 6. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say for each string, I want you to pad left 0 how many times? Let me just see if this is the right function. Let me see if I can pad all these. Okay, so this does 3, and so instead of hard coding 3, we want to just give it max length. So now we have this. I might, instead of doing this, do this. Because when I transpose, the zeros might get appended to the end. It'll be like 100. Instead, I want to like keep these around. So I'm gonna pad left with these, and then I'm gonna do the same exact thing. I'm gonna take this string dot to list that. So everything should be the same length. And you see these empties here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to transpose that. Now I've got 1 with white space, 2 with white space, all that stuff. So then I'm gonna do list dot filter mount. We're gonna take in the list, string dot from list, and then we're gonna pipe that into string dot to int. So I'm kind of doing multiple things at once here. Oops. New. I guess chars. I've got 356. Oops, I forgot to do string.trim. That'll get rid of the white space characters and make it so that the 24 and the 1 come through. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so all of this work that I did, all of this, I need to do on plus also. So what I'm going to do, I love this about Elm. I'm going to take all this and just extract it. And this is going to be, transform numbers. And this is going to take the rest. And then that will give me a list of these integers. And then I'll just call the product on it. So I just copied all that stuff to my clipboard. Numbers. I'm going to call this rest for now, but this is really going to be my strings. And I think format this. This will operate on the thing that I expect. It takes a list of strings, it gives me a list of numbers, and they're going to be flipped and padded and transposed all the way that I expect them to be. And then here, we're going to do the exact same thing, except it's going to be list.sum. This will be nothing. I think that's right. Let me format that. Just. Perfect. Okay, so that's just for the first one. So we got just, so I'm going to make this a filter map. I can delete this. And let's see, we got 85441120. 8544. Oh, looks like I did something wrong. 20. 120. Before I do this, let me just get the numbers and see what the transform numbers look like. And I'm not going to sum them together. I'm just going to filter map is great. All right, so 124, 356. This isn't right. 36. Oh no. Oh, it's this initial trim that's screwing me up. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, it depends where it is. So here in this first case, I could pad the left with zeros, but here in this second case, I have to pad the right with zeros. And so I think I've stripped out the information that I need too early for this to work. So really what I want to do is back up a little bit. I don't think all of this code is lost. It's just I need to preserve more information. So let's just back up a little. I'm going to comment this out, comment this out, comment this out. I think this still has all the information I need. So what I need to be doing is making progress through all of these. Why is that 2 spaces? Oh, I think that's good. These 2 spaces. It's so weird how it renders that. Why is this? Sorry, I'm looking. I see 2 spaces here, but I wonder if string lines behaves differently than string split. I'm just curious. List.map. 15, 15, 13, and that's because, oh, I trimmed. Got it. Okay, I'm not going to trim. I'm going to do this. I'm going to just do that. Okay, so these are all 15 wide. I'm curious if I just transpose right away, what happens. I'm just like genuinely curious if an initial transpose will just solve all of my problems. List dot what is this? List dot map string dot to list. List dot extra dot transpose. That'll be hilarious. And then what the heck is this? This is really close to what I need. Transpose. So it goes 369. I have to redo this. Drop left one and drop right one. This is gonna hopefully result in the same thing. What did I do? Oh. $124, $356. I think I just keep going. Until I find something with a thing. Are these all right? 32, 581, 175. Oh, this is gonna work, dudes. Okay, this is sick. This is sick. All right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk through each of these. If it ends in an operator, I'm gonna start a new operation. So I'm gonna go here, great. Start an operation, collect, collect, collect. And nothing to collect here. And then this ends in an operation, so I'm gonna group all these together. It's probably a fixed step size. It's probably however many lines these are. Oh, this is good. Okay. So I'm just going to call this input. Main equals input. List dot extra dot group greedy groups of list dot length okay, list dot length input. List dot map. List dot map stringed out from the list. This is just to help me visualize if I'm grouping things right. 124, 356. This is sick. Okay, this is crazy that this worked. What a weird intuition I had. So I think we don't need this. I lucked out. Okay, so what we're gonna do. I mean, I kind of like this format, to be honest. I'm gonna go through each one of these to math result. But to math result is gonna be really different. So I'm just gonna delete everything I did. We're gonna delete everything. And then we're gonna kind of work on each of these one at a time. What I want to do is say, do any of these contain a times? So here, so I got my list. Let's say list.any. Let's see what the operation is. So here I'm gonna do a bunch of I'll do a bunch of these so that when I format, they don't go away. Cool. Well, it didn't go away for a different reason. Okay, so I'm going to say contains star. If the thing contains a star, then we're going to use list.product. Else if it contains a plus, forget it. We'll just say else, because this is part 2, and we don't have to worry about this code being maintainable, really. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this list, and we're going to say if you bring this all together, contains is going to say take the list and return true if any. Just take the list, string.join, string.contains star. And I'm just going to do this. And then see if this gives me the right operations for each of these. Product, sum, product. So, awesome. I guess I could also just use the last row, but doesn't really matter to me. I was going to say I could just kind of take this and just scan it left to right and do it, but I'm okay with this. Product, sum, product. Okay, so we have the operation. Instead of being this, I'm going to make the operation something that takes a list of ints and returns an int. So it's not just going to be a name, it's going to be an actual function. So you can do this. You can return functions just like values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do list, list.map. Remember, this is a list of characters. So here we should be returning this. What I want to do is I want to say for each string, I only want to keep the number values. So list.map, string.filter, char.isNum. Oh, come on, so close. Oh, is digit. I got mixed up with is alpha num. List.filter map, string.toInt. It's looking good. Operation. 10:8, 10:58. There we go, 10:58, 625, 32, whatever. 325, 3600, that's got to be that, right? I think that's it. I think we did it. I just need a sum. Oh, this is that's the other one. I'm like, how did it do that? Really, we just want these. And we don't want this. Operation. Oh yeah, we'll take a map. 3263,827. I think that's day 2. Did I call this part 2? Or sorry, this is day 6, part 2. I think that's that. Let's try it out. So I saved it. I'm going to duplicate it here. Copy my code. Got to be careful to get the spacing right because spaces matter here. That's a big number. Can't count that high. Oh, too high, too high. Shoot. Not another one of these. Okay. Okay, this is good to know. I'm not discouraged yet. Okay, the number's too high. Here's what I'm gonna do. These big numbers. But before we do the operation, I just want to see each of these numbers. 9571, 612, 63. How did 1269 get in here? 1269 does not belong in here. What was okay? Did this work just because the maximum was always 3? Okay, so this is what I need to get right. So here, how do I know? Do I just collect until I hit one of these? I think that's the strat. I think I'm gonna try that. Instead of doing greedy groups of, I'm gonna do a group while. And I think there's a group while function. Group while, the I think group while is what I want using custom comparison. Let's see what this returns. And maybe let's start by testing it on our old input group. Not all spaces. Let's do chars. Hold on, let me. Sorry, I'm hopping back and forth a lot. Before I do this, I think I just want to list.map to map. Turn these back into strings. Great. I think, yeah, I just want to split on these blanks. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, split on blanks. Do I? Where's the 1 here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, there's no 1. I'm sorry. I'm getting mixed up. Oh, the transpose. I'm like, where's the 1? There's no 1. Okay, I think this is right. So depending on the number of columns, we might have more or less numbers. So for example, this 2485, I'm going to copy this and search for it here. This is the one that should have 4 in it, and it does. I'm being really smart about this. I don't need to be. I'll just do 4. I'll just type the number 4 here and get the right answer. Oops. What did I change? All right, let me copy this. Paste this. Come back up here. Oh shoot, I changed it. Okay. Duplicate this just to be safe. Leave. So this will be exactly what it was before. I go to my puzzle input, I copy everything, paste it. Make sure it's exactly those characters. Just want to make sure this is right. No, this isn't right. Okay, maybe I was on the right track. I thought that I could be smarter. Groups of 5. This, but it's because these are variable length. Okay, I'm back on my group while. I think my group while makes sense. So back here. Sorry, I thought I could cut corners. I cannot cut corners. Don't cut corners, kids. This greedy group stuff, I had lucked out. And that was because all of these were always 3 wide. So I'm going to do this. List.map, string dot from list. And I want to keep going. I think I want to collect until I find one. So I'm just going to do a fold L. We're not doing a fold R. We learned that from yesterday's video. Never do a fold R. Collect lines. And we are going to print total. And at the end, we just want the total, I think, but whatever. All right, what we're going to do is just keep collecting stuff. So collect lines is going to take in a string. I'm going to take in one of these. And it's going to take in the state. So I'm going to give this is like the loop state here. So we're going to give that a type. This is just going to be a list of strings. Be a list of strings, I think. And so we're going to take in each one of these strings, like the thing I have highlighted, string state equals, and we're going to say if so if it contains an operator, we're going to start a new thing. We're going to say the total. We're going to say whatever current thing we were appending, if there's anything state.current, we want to add it. But if there's not, we'll leave total alone. Otherwise, we'll do total plus state.current. Otherwise, we're going to keep collecting. State current equals state.current. And I'm just going to prepend the string to the front of state.current. Oh, this is state.total. And we're going to format this, sorry. State total, state current. Oh, we're going to prepend that too. Okay. What did I do? What did I do? Hey. I don't know what I'm looking at. What is this? 124, 356. Oh, and the current. I forgot to clear out the current. I think that'll fix it. What the heck is this doing? Where's 431 coming from? I'm a dumb guy. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold up. Slowing it down. So if the incoming string, like this guy, contains star, oh, I definitely want to include the string. So if this item has it, put it in current. And if current's empty, don't change total. Prepend. Oh, 431. I think this is what's tripping me up. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, that compiled. Let me do this. I think I had it right. I was just doing things dumb. Okay, 623, 431, 4. don't think I need this. I think I need this. To math result. Oh yeah. And then this is just the totals. I don't care about the current. That was just for accumulating. Oh no, I want the last one. So this is merge, move, current, whatever. It's the same thing. The same thing as this. If I was building up a current when the thing ended, I want to include that in my total. And then I want to turn that to a math result. Okay, and this should get me back to where I was. 326, 38, 27. Oops. 326, 38, 27. Okay, I'm feeling better about this. What did we do? We basically successfully executed the plan where we collected these things until we found another operation. So that's what we're going to try on this next thing. Hopefully that's going to work. I'm feeling okay about it. I think it will. I'm just going to give this a name, merge. It's a total. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Just the only reason I'm not is because I don't want to accidentally forget to do this, and so I don't want to try to reuse this little bit of logic. I'm just going to format this. Make sure this is day part 2. Save this. And then yeah, I'm going to take my input. Let me leave. Let me duplicate. Copy my puzzle input very carefully. And try that. Sick. All right. Well, that wasn't too bad. The beginning, we saved a lot of time just by having the transpose function. And then the second part, I bet it's a longer video than I would have hoped, but that was because I tripped myself up with the greedy groups. But sometimes, I don't know, when I'm doing these, I feel like I'm going really slow, and then I look and I'm like, oh, that wasn't that bad. So we'll see. I'm going to stop recording. Tomorrow is day 7, so hopefully I don't fail. If I don't upload a day 7, it's because I failed and I'm too embarrassed to post it. Or I forgot. But probably the first one. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.